philosophy earlier.
You guys can hear about the world of speech and debate, all the different events. And I don't really know where I would put all of you in those events.
This way.
Honestly, Ben's probably a public forum guy.
I'm a public. What do you mean?
There's three different kinds of debate in professional debate.
Okay.
And like collegiate debate.
What's all of them?
There's public forum, which is a 2v2 debate. And you debate about typically public policy and political issues, but also sometimes dumb things. Keep in perspective that in collegiate professional debate and in high school debate, topics are on a monthly rotation depending on meets. So there's conferences within states which make up. Conferences are just different high schools and school jurisdictions. And the topics rotate nationally every month, or every style. So public forum, you would get things like, there's a resolution, right? Like the statement for the month. And then you either get put on the pro side or the con side of the resolution. So it would be like, resolved, private space exploration, or space exploration funded by private companies is preferable to space exploration funded by public entities, right? And so you'd have a con and you have a pro case, because you wouldn't just be debating the pro side the whole time. You would flip a coin, and then your opponent would pick which side they were on, and then you would get to pick if you spoke first or second, right? And so it changes every month, right?
Interesting.
That's public forum,
Gotcha.
or PF, as we call it. I did that for a while, but then I realized I hated it.
Why'd you hate it?
That did it. These people that did it are dickheads and tryhards, especially in my conference. It was not like fun.
Are you
Stress
not a tryhard?
all the time about it.
Were you not like a tryhard when it came to like debates and whatnot?
I didn't care as much as some people. Like some people like cared so much because they were like had eyes on doing it professionally, or going into politics, or were getting like college scholarships depending on how good they were, right? So it like really mattered to people, right?
Okay.
And I'm not saying it didn't matter to me. I'm just saying that it didn't matter to me as much. After I graduated high school, the conference that I was a part of would pay me to go to meets to judge. They would pay college students who were ex-debaters to judge.
That's cool.
And they stopped paying me as soon as I exploited their entire system, and in the state finals, or the state semifinals, the debate was not paneled mistakenly, meaning there weren't 3 judges and only 1 judge. So I got to decide who went on to the finals.
Oh my god.
And the people that I was judging, I used to debate against and did not like, because they were a year behind me, and so I voted them down out of purely selfish and out of spite reasons. And then the conference no longer paid me, and they no longer invited me to, like literally, like this was like these were the best 2 debaters in PF in the state, right? They were Columbus NY is what they're called. Because in debate you get your school name and then your first and last, or your last initial of both people on the team, or on your little twosome, right? So it was Columbus NY. They're like because like people would be like, I don't want to go against NY or whatever because they were the best, right? And this was state finals, semifinals, and I came out of that. And they were completely shocked, and then everyone like was just talking about it, and then the captain, or the coach, so the teacher from my old school, came up to me and like put me aside, and he was like, Seth, please tell me that you voted them down off of objective reasoning and fact, right? And then I was like, yes, Mr. Kendall. And I remember as I said exactly, yes, Mr. Kendall, my reasoning was totally objective, but with that tone of voice. They were like, he was like shocked, but like